Getting cold hands and feet on a bike ride is miserable. Makes you not even want to get out there and ride. But is there a way to never get cold on a bike ride ever again? Got some gadgets today. I'm going to try them out. But first, I'll get off the ice. Obviously, the kit you choose to wear is going to keep you warm, so I've got my lovely riding trousers with tights underneath if it's really cold. I've got my insulated coat with vents, because you can get hot, obviously, when you're pedaling, so you need to be able to regulate your temperature. I've got my neck scarf, or snood, I don't know what these things are called, but, you know, I don't normally run these, to be honest, because you get steamy if you run them up there, you'll get all hot and wet inside, and by the time you pull it down there, I'd kind of just rather have my coat zipped up, so don't often wear it. I do love a thin hat. Obviously, it's got to be pretty thin to go underneath your helmet. This is a really nice one to fold over. Keeps my ears warm. You've got to adjust your helmet a bit to fit. And away you go. But the problem is always your extremities. Your hands and feet, they're the things that get cold. There are some great shoes in the market, like these Shimano MW7s. These are got Primaloft insulation there, there's some foil. You've got foam, super insulated, they're Gore-Tex, they're waterproof, got these neoprene cuffs as well, stop water from getting there. You've got even more extreme versions of shoes like this that are made for riding in the Himalayas, and they are brilliant at keeping your feet dry and also really toasty and warm. But, and there is a big but, all of these products are aimed at people that ride clipless pedals. So what if you ride flats? Or what if you ride clips and you don't want to buy another pair of shoes just for winter? Is there a way to keep your feet warm? And yes, I know we get viewers in the wilds of Canada saying, that's not winter. It's not winter until you have to dig yourself out of a 10-foot blizzard over your bed, or you've got a frozen beaver stuck to your front door in the morning. But British winters do get pretty chilly, old boy. Right, so these were £16 off Amazon. There's your heated insole, so think heated car seats, but for your feet. And obviously, you've got to power them somehow. So this is a little battery pack. It runs 3 AA batteries. So we'll see how well that works, because you've got to strap these to your ankle. You do have these little sort of neoprene pouches for them. But obviously, that might not feel so good when I'm pedaling around. You can get USB versions of these, so you plug them into something, like your laptop. You got to carry a laptop when you're riding. However, if you've got an e-bike, with a USB port, some of them do have, you could charge them off that, although you're then technically attached to your bike. No worse than clips, I suppose, but I don't know, it might be risky business, but I'm gonna try these out. Are they gonna work? Are they gonna keep my feet warm? Well, I hope so, because my feet are absolutely freezing. I need to put them in and then get moving. Let's try them out. Okay, my feet are on and warming up. Slowly, very slowly, I would say. Next to hands, so I'm guessing most people ride in gloves. I know some people don't like to ride in gloves, but I do, all conditions pretty much. Good old trick is a set of rubber gloves or marigolds underneath your gloves. Again, it means you can run your normal pair of gloves. It stops any wind chill. It actually works quite well. Looks snazzy as well, I'm sure you agree. And you've got some extra washing up gloves when you get home. I would say this is quite good for people like me who kind of quite like to have a thin set of gloves, because you can get winter riding gloves, of course, but they start to get quite thick. At least with these, maybe I'll tuck the yellow bit in so no one can tell I'm wearing marigolds underneath. Actually, you know, I've used these a couple times, it does work, except for in the coldest of conditions. I still feel like maybe if we're doing shuttle downhill runs, you're not pedaling so much, you can still get cold hands using the old marigolds. But I wanted to get slightly more high-tech than marigolds underneath my riding gloves, only slightly, and I found some of these on Amazon. Been absolutely caning Amazon recently. So these are pogies. Do you know what these are? Commonly found on farmers' quads or delivery riders on their motorbikes. I have seen these on mountain bikes before, to be fair, but these slip over your handlebars, so you've got a nice warm muff if your hands go in. Obviously, that's going to keep the wind off your hands. Are they going to work with all the controls you find on mountain bikes bars these days? Let's find out. So I have seen people send their bikes into the bike vault, fat bikes normally, people out in the wilds of Canada riding around with these on. So I'm guessing these things will work, but they don't look the best. I think I'm ready to go for a ride and see if I can get warm, because actually my hands and feet are freezing at the moment, so yeah, let's go. Not as warm as I'd hope. Slowly getting a warmer sole, but my feet are still a bit cold.
Have you found your ankle getting in the way?
No, my tag on my ankle with the batteries in it actually feels all right. Surprisingly, you don't notice it that much. Well, I'm actually really toasty, certainly not cold. My feet have warmed up. I would say that the heated insoles are a slow burn. They've taken probably half an hour to get up to heat, and it's taken a little while for my feet to warm up with them, but they actually feel really good now. And like I said before, I don't really notice them when I'm pedaling. You actually don't feel the batteries half as much as I thought you would. The pogies, these hand monstrosities, they actually work as well, believe it or not. You know, they're super cozy once you get your hands in there. I have still got my marigolds on, so I've got double glove combo and these. Obviously takes away all the wind chill. They kind of work. I always thought these things were way more complicated than they are. Actually, it's just a bit of Velcro, so it keeps me in position. I can use all my stuff, all my controls and drop post. What I don't like is the way they look horrendous. But also, actually on the rough stuff, they kind of rattle around a bit. Didn't really like that at all. So there's my cheap options. And I'm actually, like I said, hands and feet totally toasty now. But I'm gonna dump the pogies and try out something that's a bit more expensive, but hopefully it's gonna work just as well. I've got some heated gloves. All right, so the pogies, if that's what you call them, the hand warmer things, £32.99 are off. They're never going back on mountain bike, although I will put them on my commuter bike in winter, so brilliant. But now we're on to the premium option. So these gloves, again, battery powered heated gloves, 3 heating options, £120, so a bit spendy. So I'm hoping these are a bit better than my inner soles in my shoes, but let's try these on, see if these are gonna be a good option. There you go, I am toasty. I've been pedaling and riding quite hard, so I'm warm, but my hands and feet are actually really, really warm. Super comfortable. So the gloves, they actually feel pretty good. Like these kind of leather palms, they actually feel all right. I know some people do like really thin palms in their gloves, but those are fine. I would definitely ride with these gloves. They're waterproof, they've got insulation. Cost £120. Got a run time of 5 or 6 hours in those batteries, which is pretty good. You know, that's a few rides for me in winter time. So if you're suffering with really cold hands, these are an option if you don't mind spending £120. The feet, yeah, the heated insoles, £15. They were really slow to get going. Now they're toasty. I don't really notice the batteries. That's a pretty good option as well. But how waterproof are they? They don't look that waterproof to me. So I know riding in the UK in winter often means you're splashing through puddles quite a lot. How bad a shock 3 AA batteries going to give you? I don't know. I'm not an electrical engineer, but it wouldn't be that nice trying to get that off. Like I say, the gloves, you can get a cheaper version of these as well that plug in via USB, but you've got to stick a battery somewhere. These batteries go on the inside of your wrists. Kind of don't notice them. So there's a few options there, from the cheap, the pokies and the feet, to the more expensive gloves. If you get a cold, I think they're a good option to look into, because you will never have to get cold ever again.